So here we go. Our first presenter is Christina Tellis, and she has a story to share. At the heart of her story is this truth. Without meaningful, intentional relationships that are reciprocal, it's difficult to find your purpose in life. This is true. You aren't truly living unless you have had the reward of serving one another and helping to change someone's life for the better. I think especially fitting given the state of the world in this holiday season. So Christina Tellis, why don't you come up here and present for us?
Isn't that a beautiful dress? She's so beautiful. Yeah, so I thought I'd be a fashion designer, but God had other plans for my life, and you're about to see what happened. Definitely didn't become a fashion designer, but I think I look pretty good tonight. Was born in West Virginia. These are my parents, and that's my grandmother. These are my 6 sisters and my beautiful only brother. They're the reason why I'm so crazy, inspirational, and just weird. Only because of them, that's who I am. So, married my high school sweetheart, 7 beautiful children. These are 4 of them. 3 of them are in this row. 2 here, 1 there. Those are my oldest 4. They are beautiful. Never name your 2 oldest after yourself. It'll be bad. So these are my 3 youngest, Ishmael, Isaiah, and Emmanuel. And they love sports, and they're just weird and crazy, just like Mama. Aren't they handsome? Yeah, just love them. Yep. So Ishmael, this is the school picture that he brought home from school. I'm like, oh my God, why? How did they let you get away with that? So that's Ishmael in his rawness. And this is Isaiah and Emmanuel. They just love to dress up. That's just what they love to do all the time. So that's them in their element. So we split due to some unfortunate events. Not a healthy relationship. I had to move to emergency housing. I left our house. I thought that would be a better thing for me and my kids to move into the Red Cross. That's what I did. Ended up finding a job at GE, and that's where I met my best friend, Greg. He became a brother to me. He knew I needed a house. I had 1 day left on my community housing voucher. He walked with me in a blizzard on New Year's Eve, and we found a house in 1 day. Had 1 day left, and he decided to do that for me. He's right there. This is the house I moved into after my stay in 2 months in emergency housing. And this pastor and her husband came, and they poured some spiritual blessings into my life, into my family. I joined church. I just became a better person. I was able to pray with my kids. And then I said, well, I wrote this book, so I got to find somebody to help me publish it. I looked in the yellow pages. I met Tina. She came to my house the very next day, and she's like, we're going to do this book. And I'm like, all right, no, the book is done. She's like, no, it's going to take about 6 edits. And I'm like, nope, the book is done. I wrote it 10 years ago. I'm happy. I got my spiritual. I'm done. She's like, no, these are the edits. This is the ugly first draft that I wrote on my kids' homework paper. This is all the red marker that she tore up in my book. That's like 5 other edits up under there. And I'm like, I guess you're right. It does take about 6 or 10 edits. So there's the book. Finally done. Greg did the book cover. I'm like, I got my personal book. It's about my triumphs and overcoming every obstacle that God has brought me through, every single thing in my life. And so I'm very proud of that book, Built This Way, under construction. So, I'm just like, I can do anything. So I went to this community group, and this is where I met Patricia Dungy and Julia Kessler. They are freaking awesome. They showed me all the wisdom, and I could do anything I wanted to. So I went to the library. I went to different places and spoke about my book and how I have 7 kids, and I'm a single mom, and I work and do all these things. And then I met another woman from my community group. Her name is Heather Cunningham. She's like, you should be a Vista. I'm like, oh, my God. I don't think so. A volunteer to America? I can't do this. I did it. It was the best thing I've ever done in my life. It changed my life. I thought she was crazy when she said that. I've done everything. I volunteered here. Our community group shifted to the Northgate Church. I go out to different events and just do everything. Volunteer, marches, help people. People. I just love people. And so that's what I live to do. Met 3 other people in my community group, Corinne, Heather, and Marlo. Through them, I was able to do some first things I've never flew in my life. I got on an airplane. I went to the beach. That's me, like, yes. I was so scared, and they had me go over the edge. Like, that was really scary, but it was fun. So, Corinne, I love this woman. We did a 14-hour drive. We went to Boston, Massachusetts. She took me to New York, and we stopped at Niagara Falls. I got a passport 3 years ago, and I'm like, praise the Lord, I get to use my passport. So this woman, we went to Wicked. Like, she's shown me so many things, and I'm like, I can go to Florida. I can take my kids. So me and my kids, the next following year, drove 14 hours and went to Florida. They had so much fun, even crashed a Hawaiian wedding. I'm like, how cool is this? Like, how can this happen, you know? So we had so much fun there in Florida. Then my community group, like I said, it shifted to the Northgate. These people have instilled so much in me. I have gained leadership. I went back to school, and they made me the coordinator of our community group. These people are so awesome. I love them so much. Because of them, I am who I am. My mother, when she turned 39, she had a stroke, and she later passed away. I did not think I'd make it to 40. I turned 40 this year. That's my mother in her high school yearbook. These are my grandkids. Everything that my mom taught me, I give to my grandkids. This is the most important relationship in my life. This is my daddy. When my mother passed away, he took care of all 7 of us. He said, Senorita, you can do anything you want to do. You want to make that dress, you make that daggone dress. You can do anything. And it's because of the people that I have in my life. I am who I am. It is what I do. And I encourage you, go out, invest in people. Share your life with someone. Serve one another. Because I'm telling you, it's the best thing you could have ever done. Have someone else live their purpose. Thank you. Good night.